Hey, I'm back, and it's time to do a game with Jeremy Silman. This was an interesting game that I did some research on, and I wanted to take you along the trip to see how powerful knights can be in a position. I was reading Jeremy Silman's book that you know how there's holes here, that if it's okay to have a hole in your board for like a knight to jump into if they can't reach it. That's what I was reading from his book. He's white. Jeremy Silman's white, and there was a guy. He played F dot R dot. That was the guy's name, and it was L.A. It was a training game. 2004. 2004. So it was somebody who he was training, and he got to this point in the game, and I wanted to pick up from this point and show you the last 10 moves of a stellar attack. Okay, Jeremy Silman's white. He plays Rook B3. The bishop comes down and attack and takes the bishop on A4, and knight takes. And if you notice that, just in case if there was something to happen here, they can actually take here now, and it's actually a really good because if something happens like that, white is superior, really goodly placed because he can play here. He can even double up if he wanted to, or come back and double up. So he's in the driver's seat right now, white. So rook d8. I'm at rook, sorry, knight d8. A b8. A b1. He wants to take here, and then if it takes back, he just hammers home. Also, he's triple attacking this pawn as well. So if he takes, and you win a pawn. So A b1. So now he's protecting that pawn. Rook b1 to b2. This is his plan is now to go queen to b1, trade off, and then win this pawn, because then there'll be 4 pieces attacking this pawn. And even if he was able to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then the queen takes the last, and so he's crushing at this point. Total devastation. F to E, rook F8 to E8. Queen B1, smash, crunch, crunch, crunch. That's when you see this coming down, into your front door, or sneaking in the back door. That hurts big time, because you're like, what just happened here? You mean in 5 moves, I am now in a losing position? Yes, the person he was training is in a super duper losing position here. He's retreating his bishop back. B takes. Remember what we talked about? B takes. Rook to B7. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Because if takes, now you have rook takes, it's attacking the queen. And you can also, if you wanted to drop in, you can also trade takes, pinning. There's a whole bunch. Jeremy Silman's in control here. Full control. Takes, A5, queen to A5. C2, queen C2. If you notice, he controls the 7th rank. He's attacking this pawn, this knight here. So if there's really no worries, because if, let's say, this knight, you're thinking, what if the knight retreats back? Yeah, but you could jump right on in. You could even play here. You could even play here, and then attack that pawn and that pawn. There's a whole bunch. He calls this a static position, which means it's not fast moving, it's more of a positional play. Then there's a dynamic position, which is more of a crush. You are basically, like a lightning bolt. You come in and all of a sudden, boom, the game's over, or you get an extra piece. That's dynamic play. Static is like a closed position, which you maneuver the knights out. It may take you 20 moves to get to the spot that you want, but you still win. But it takes you a little longer. Okie dokie dookie. Let's see. Okay, knight b8. That was a mistake. Bad move. Rook b6, and he's going to lose a pawn. He's going to lose that pawn. There's the queen's also trapped, by the way, so next move would be bishop to d3. So this pawn's hanging, and queen will be trapped next move with the bishop. Knight d7, and then see you later. And the person he was training resigned at this point. He talked a little bit about that. This type of game reminded him of a game that he played in Australia, kinda. And it's funny. He took his wife to Australia, and her favorite car is I think he says like an G Sports or something like that. That was what's in his book that I read, and he says that this was like how you have like certain types of fudge like caramel sundae and all that. He said that this position kind of reminded him of that. That's what I read in there. But he also said that you got to see how a knight can really dominate a position. Back to what he actually came down further. That was just a little story. I like those stories. He kind of is human. He brings a human taste to chess. Otherwise, what happens is it's nothing but letters. So he gives a little bit of his trips where he goes to. Like he played in Australia. Said that was a fun game that he played there. He played at a tournament. He also said that he used like living examples like caramel sundae or fudge sundae, whatever type of sundae you like, so that it brings it to life, so that we just don't see numbers and letters, because then you lose track that this is actually a strategic game. That means the structure of your pawns will actually tell you where to attack, where to move your pieces, and it's kind of funny. It sounds kind of weird, but the board will actually tell you where to go. All we have to do is listen. I know that sounds like what are you talking about? You have to listen. Yes. Like think about back here. All the way, we're going to start back here. Jeremy Silman saw from here the end result of to here. He listened to what his rook say. Hey, I'm better placed on b3, and the bishop said to the rook, not a problem. I'm willing to sacrifice my life to get a winning position. And so they had a conference basically, and they decided where to position the pieces. When you have that, when you get that ability to be able to see the pieces move on the board, and you'll start seeing the small increments are weaving in it. That it's important to know where you're going. That's why a plan, if you think about it, is like talking to your pieces. Your pieces will tell you where to go, and that's why when a grandmaster is thinking, they're not just thinking of move here, move there, move here, counter move. They're looking at the board, They're looking at the pawn stressors, they're looking at the knights, bishops, rooks, and they're applying it, yes, to a game, but they're saying to themselves, what is the board telling me to do? And that's when we start learning games and we apply games, which I'm going to try to start doing that, bringing some games to our training session. You'll start seeing how they talk. The pieces. I know it sounds crazy, but it's the board actually will tell you, they so that they don't, grandmasters don't sound funny. They say the board tells you, but you get to see, like, when you go down a certain path in a variation, you'll know where to go, and then all of a sudden, when the player that you're facing, whoever it is, makes a very strange looking move that you're thinking, where is that? You'll be able to stop, look at the board, and say, what is going on here? And when we get disciplined enough, that's why we're doing these end games, recess your chess, all that. We'll be able to see what we need to do, and it'll just tell us. And it'll be like, you know how you have a game that a square blinks, like green or red, whatever it is. It'll just automatically, you'll know, it'll be boom, like that, and you'll have that type of, like, you mean that's the right move? Then when you move that move and you're like, wow, it's the right move. That's cool. I've had that multiple times. I've won many games by seeing that. And so now we got to get on to our next example, then we'll play a game. Okay, which one do I want to do? Yes, I'll do this one here. This is he did a reassess, he even did an endgame example of how pawns, if they're set up correctly, can actually trap a knight and even win, even though you're material down. You can still win a game with just 3 pawns versus 2, and there's a king here. Well, I'll show you. Okay, it's okay. White to move. I had to make sure my board was correctly set up there. Okay. Oops, I forgot the knight. Hey, that would be helpful since we're talking about knights, right? So, let's see. Okay, king to c1. White goes king c1, d3. It's interesting that the knight actually can't come out of the prison that it's in. He imprisoned himself. The white side, whatever happened to get to this point, his pieces didn't, like what we say, talk to each other. White didn't listen, didn't set up properly, and he ended up getting a knight right here. And you'll get to see in, I think it's, let's see, 12 moves, black actually wins. And you're like, wait, isn't he a knight up? That means he's 2 pawns up, right? Yeah, but you have to remember that even though you may be a piece down, is the piece that your opponent has really worth what he got for it? In this position, we look at it, no. Remember, knight on the rim is grim. That's this. Sorry, needed a drink of water. Knight on the rim is grim, which that's always a phrase that some players use. Okay, king d1, check. And then what happens is king c1, e2. And what's going to happen is he's actually going to come around and take this knight. It's amazing that what actually happens. I was like, really? You got to be kidding me. You mean he sacrificed everything? Yes, he's a pawn up, but I mean a knight up for 3 pawns, but this knight's going to be going bye-bye pretty soon. Okay, d3, king G2. Okay, let me see. E4 takes H. F4. King G2. And remember what we talked about? Opposition. White should have played something maybe like maybe let's see, where would it, okay, maybe up here, and then when he played here, maybe over here, and then if he plays, remember what we talked about triangulation, he might have wanted to play here and maybe here and then takes, something better than just playing here, because what happened is black was able to pass the opposition. Now these pawns are gonna all fall. You got to be careful where you move your king, because you may be in a winning position, but if you push it too hard, you'll lose. And so remember, sometimes you have to cool down and be ice, like solid structure, cool. Don't get rushed into doing moves that you don't want to do, even though they look good. Alekhine said, if you see one move, look to see if there's a better move, especially if you have a lot of time on your clock. And also, for time management, we'll talk about this later, but I'll just throw this in. Make sure that if you know the move sequences, and do as good as you can, but save time for critical points in the game, because there might be a really complicated position that you need to look at, but back further you already knew what line to go down and you kind of used up too much time. That's when mistakes are made. Okay, we got to continue onward here, because I like these endgame. These are so cool. Takes H4, E2, G4, ding, ding, and at this point, white said, enough's enough. I did my best, and I'm moving on. You got in this back here, you got to see how the lone pawns so insignificant in what looks like the game at the beginning, but in the end, did you see what these pawns here did? They were the ones that kept this knight out of play. So remember, don't neglect your pawns, and make sure that you protect them correctly and do good in your position. Okay, with that, we're going to play a game, but I wanted to ask, is there anyone that wants to play with me that, yeah, is there anyone that wants to play? We'll pick up another game. There's another one next time that we'll pick up, but is there any game that you guys would like to play? I would like to play, I mean. Anyone? Come on, I know you want to play. Just put it in there. You know what? We're gonna have fun. So remember, it's not, would you play me? Okay, fine. That's fine. I'll play you. But we gotta let others have play too. But okay, I'll do it. You're not on. Oh, there. Oh, perfect. Okay, now we're gonna get to see, guys, and we're going to see if the board talks to us. I'm not crazy. Trust me. When you get to intense levels like where I am and you're gonna be, you'll understand what I'm saying. It may sound funny right now, but they have a word for them. It's like patterns. That's a nice way of saying board telling you what to do is a pattern as well. Let's see. Like G3, Bishop G3 is actually what grandmasters play. The majority of them play that. So you see how the board is telling me to play the rook to c8? It's really interesting. There we go. Now we're making progress here, guys. See how we're in a static position, kind of positional? having to do that because I love attacking, but sometimes you have to do this. I know you're wondering, why didn't I grab that pawn? I would have lost the queen. There's no flight square. But like, if you want to play, there's plenty of spots to play here. Oh, interesting. Hmm. Okay. Will do. I think that loses the game there. Yeah, I think this is game over now. Yeah, there is that. Yeah, okay. The queen goes. Oh yeah, send your game, and send your game, and then we'll take a look at it. Okay. Good game. Actually, the losing move was taking with the bishop. That was the losing move. You shouldn't have taken with the bishop. You should have probably retreated your... No, you can't even do that. Maybe retreat your queen back here. Or maybe... probably queen there would have been better. I was just thinking. Because then I can't play here. And then this potentially could be an idea after here. Okay. Okay, will do. Just send your game in and we'll take a look. Yes, you can, most definitely. But I need your game thing though. So just excellent, perfect. Okay, let's see. So you were black. Okay, it was up and down. Oh yeah, exactly. Okay. Nice. You're using a London system. That's good. Yeah, this is this H3 is an older line of the London system. It's so if the knight ever goes, if the knight ever goes here, you can retreat your bishop back. I've played that before. It's really good in for white because then you have a bishop all the way back here, and it's sniping down the whole board. And black or your opponent might whoever is black might make a mistake and you can lose a piece. I actually took a rook one time. I didn't see this bishop back here, so I want to exchange. Interesting. Okay, there. Ooh, that's if that would be an interesting move sequence. Or maybe even here, there. Oops. Sorry about that. I'll delete that. Okay. Yeah, that's a good move. Now you're preparing to play that. Yep. Right. Whoever played, that was a good move for white. Let's see. Good move for black. Okay. Okay. Yeah, he's going to have to retreat his bishop back to... Probably there would be the best spot for his bishop. Yeah. I didn't even look. I was just thinking, if I was a London player, would I play? Castles? Huh. I don't know for white if castles was the right idea. And then to block. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking white should have played there. Get rid of this guy, yes. You either get to take black is to take here, but still here bishop takes, knight takes, bishop takes, and you still have this there, so castles was the wrong idea for white. Yes, it safeties your king, but this knight here is the thorn in white's side. He needs to get rid of this thing here, but he didn't see that. Huh. Yeah, there. Okay. Nice. Nice. You're expanding on the queen side. Sweet. That was a great move. It comes in there. Yeah, finally white sees that the knight's a pain and needs to get eliminated. Let's see there. Okay. Let's see. Would that have been better? Taking with that. Yeah. Take with the F pawn, right. Exactly. Because the only problem I see with queen to d6 is it's on a pin. It gets to bring. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Because I was thinking. Sorry. That here I'm trying to see. Is there any? Let's see. Oh, there's a fork. Man, that'd be a bad move. A fork there. Yeah. Yeah, I see that now. Ouch. No, it's bad. Yeah, so you're forced to actually play that. Now they look at that. Okay. Takes. Nice. Takes. Wow, this is an interesting game. Wow, wow. Wow, he should have played. White should have played here. That was a. That was a shock probably to white. Check, yeah. Yeah, you're up a whole piece. Let's see how many pawns you got. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, you're up a whole piece. Aren't pins a pain? Pins are a pain, I gotta say. Because you can't... Yo. You should have... Let's see. Yeah, that he should not have checked. He should have just taken this right here. That was a mistake by white. I know that check would happen here. I know that, but it's better than what he got himself into. Because now that's going to become a queen. Yeah. I was in trouble. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, exactly. No. No, you were fine. Let's see. You could have probably taken with check. That would have been more of a fun way to take the pawn. But that works too. Were you in time trouble here? Because the player's still playing on, so. Wow. Yes, okay, I gotcha. Because this is actually mate right there. That's the reason I asked. But time trouble is a pain because you okay, time trouble is a pain. I was thinking for a second. I thought I lost with 1 second left. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is a time is a problem with a lot of great chess players too. They yeah, because back here, these are small. Like when we talked about how the board tells you actually what to play. The king's trapped here, so the pawn the queen's saying, "Hey, come right there and it's mate." So yeah, these are things I had to go through a lot of trial and error. Yeah. So defense. Yeah. Yep. You did. You played a good game. Okay, let's see. What would he have played? Okay. Um. Well, if I was, I'd probably we'll just finish this out here, and you could play there, and then with that you have a couple mates here. You can even do and that's a mate. So you have a couple of mates. I just wanted to play that out because it's good to play those out. Okay, let's see. What's the next one here? Okay. So were you black in this or white? Oh, you were black. Okay, I have others. Okay. Wow. Okay. That was a lot of exchanging there. For sure, for sure. That, wow. Very, very interesting games. These are good games. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. You're hammering home there. Yeah, he resigned here for sure at this point. Yeah, whenever when he played, he should have. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, cause that. Yeah, that's. Yeah, he. So wow. Yep. These are great games. Hey, good job, man. Let's see. So, was this a human that you were facing or a computer? Or I shouldn't say human. Maybe just a player on online. Because who knows, the players that we're facing anymore could actually be computers with just okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, these were excellent games. But yeah, like I was talking about, seeing that mate on H5, trial and error. Trust me, I've had to go through a lot of learning processes too. I time trouble is one of the biggest issues. With sometimes I get into time trouble and then I make the most silliest moves. And me as a thing, and I forget the small mates. I don't like when my opponent he wins by like point 0.1 seconds and it's like really I my move didn't get in soon enough, so I know how it feels, the time loss thing. But this was an excellent game. Have fun. Let's see. Let's see. Another one. Okay. We'll take a look. So were you white or black in this one? This is a typical over aggressive play that annoys. Yeah. Black. Okay. He played Oh yeah, yeah. That's right. A lot of I was listening to I think it was Ginger GM. He talked about that, and Simon, not Simon Williams, Jeremy Silman talks that um, you can win a lot of games with like gambits, like the Moran gambit. But eventually, when you face players at a certain level, they'll start seeing those gambit kind of ideas, and the person who plays it will uh, not be happy with what his opponent does, because a lot of the players that know these gambits know all the small nuances in how. Oh my word! He walked right into that. Wow. I usually decline. Yeah, yeah. That. Ouch. Nothing's more painful than to have your queen like that. That was good. Yep, exactly. His best would be to take. See there. Let's see here. I'm just trying to see what would let's see if it checks there. I'm just taking a look to see. Yeah, this is crushing. That's crushing. Ouch. That's nothing but more pain and pain. Okay. Wow, that was a fast one. 14 moves. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's, let's see here so far. Okay. There. Ooh, nice fork. Yeah, yeah, even if he moves his queen back, you take there, takes, and then smack. Yeah, you'd be you do two pieces up. Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, that's total domination right there. So were you white? Because that was I like playing the usual positions and different lively lines. Yeah. And when you get to like yeah, exactly. They can spring to life. Like when you get a favorite type of opening, you can find um, Ginger, a GM or some Grandmaster Simon Williams says that you get to find the patterns in them, and you could be unstoppable. Like he used to use the English opening, and that was his favorite opening for a while, and he mastered that opening when he was a kid. He used to lose a lot of games. That he finally got the English opening, and he saw all the patterns in them, and he started to win. And like he said, in 1 year, his rating just accelerated off the chart once he was able to basically see how it all works. So that is good. Yes, thank you for sharing all those games. Those are really great games, especially for learning on how to be careful with your queen. Yeah. Yep. That is the. That's the. These were excellent games. So keep up the good work. You're really doing good. That's funny. You're bad. Okay, but so we have to remember to, like, what you're doing is great. You are you're doing real good with your play. I gotta say, you're seeing you even do what a lot of players have issues with, walking into pins, because that one move, I think it was like the first game you showed us, was you walked right into it, but it had a purpose, and you were able to win the queen and basically get an unstoppable position. So keep up the studying, and I appreciate all the games that you sent in, Fox. Thank you. But, well, I have to log off for work. Keep up the good work, guys. Keep pushing forward. Keep learning, and have a lot of fun in chess. Chess is fun. Learn. You know, there's as many losses as you do. You get to learn from them, and then you'll get more wins. And I think that um, you guys are great, and as I say, Wesley So says, serve the Lord Jesus. As I say, guys, God bless. And if anybody likes what they've seen, Fox's games and all the stuff, the games we've analyzed, you guys can follow, put some in. We'll go over them. We'll all learn from them, and we'll have fun. So, so have a great night, guys, and I'll see you next time on Chess Cruncher TV. Thank you again, Fox. Bye bye.